Hey everybody! In today's video, I'm going to do some abstract string art, which is a very fun and simple technique I taught at my retreat this past fall. And it's a great way to create abstract floral images with super simple supplies. And it's also a fun activity to do with kids. To begin with, you'll need an old dinosaur of a thing called a phone book. It was fun to watch people at my retreat try to secure phone books, which are not that easy to come by. Then you'll need die reinkers. Here I'm using Lemon Lime Twist from Stampin' Up. And I find this easiest to do on a paper plate. And I have some Stampin' Up cotton twine. Any cotton twine will work. You just need it to be an absorbent string of any kind or any shape. Try it with different ones with different textures. Try it with some cotton yarns. Just see what you like and what works. Now, it is kind of a messy technique, so I am using gloves. And you just want to saturate the twine with the die reinker. I'm going to do a few different colors here. The second color is going to be Smoky Slate. And that's just a pale gray. I thought a monochrome version of this would be very fun. So I'll do the same process. Just dip the twine in the ink and rub it onto the fibers, making sure you get the whole thing coated and that you don't have a big knot like I do here. And I actually sort of squeeze the ink off at the end. You'll see as we go through this that the first time you do this, you always have a little bit too much ink. So the second and third try are really prettier, in my opinion. But you can help that along by squeezing off just a little bit of the ink. You're welcome, Mr. Funk, for me showing your contact information on the front of my phone book. So you just want to take this string and make a few loops near the top of a panel of white cardstock. I'm using Whisper White by Stampin' Up. And this is abstract, it doesn't matter. I just usually do a couple little loops of the twine. Place another piece of cardstock on the top of that. And then you really want to press firmly on the phone book with your hand, covering as much of the card as you can, and slowly pull the string out the bottom. And what happens is you get these fun, abstract, sort of plant-like forms. Now that first one is always really dark. So I like to do at least 3 from each thread because I think the second and third ones are much prettier and more delicate. So you just repeat the process and you don't have to worry about really what shape your yarn is in. Try to make it look a little bit different every time. It will be very random and hard to predict, so that's something that's kind of fun. Just pull that out. And now you can see what I mean. It's more delicate and transparent the second time. Especially with green, it really looks like a plant with that veining you get at the bottom. And then I will do it a third time and you'll see, and this is without re-inking the string, and you'll see that you get even a more beautiful print the third time where the white of the paper is showing through a lot more and it becomes very delicate. So I'll put one more down. The other bonus of this technique is you always get 2 for 1. You always get the top one and the bottom one, and they'll be mirror images of each other. And look how light and pretty that is. It's perfect for stamping a big bold sentiment across and just makes a super fun background. This would have been great when I was a 3rd grade teacher. I would have done this in my art class all day long. It's a really fun one to do with kids. So now we'll do the Smoky Slate. And like I said, the first time you do it is really just to kind of get the ink off. This will come out very dark. This is a much darker toned ink. And you can see it's already soaked through the cardstock, but that's very dramatic, and you really get a sense of kind of the forms that are created by the little loops, and that's the fun of this technique. But we'll do 2 more just so you can see the difference. And it's that pulling motion that creates the structure of the image that you end up getting. And this is a little like a mini phone book. You can also do it with a larger phone book. You could probably do it with a pad of newsprint, but you need a lot of pages to be able to give you the pressure that you need. So that second one was lighter, and we will do 1 more for the lightest, and then I'll show you all of them together so you can kind of pick which one you like. You might want the darker, dramatic ones. I tend to sort of like the second and third pulls the best. So smash it down there. This also counts as a workout, honestly. I think this is upper body work that we're doing with this technique. So here's the palest of the 3, and that has a beautiful sort of charcoal look. But just so you can see the progression, there's the darkest one, the middle one, and the lightest one. So they're really very different, and I'll show you the same with the lemon lime twist, dark, medium, and now the lightest. This is very fun and addicting, and I hope that you try it. I hope you enjoy it as much as the students at my retreat this fall enjoyed it. And I really appreciate you watching and subscribing. Thanks so much.